Hey guys, it's Sarah back with Glam Finds, and I'm here because I was tagged by DJ Streetz to basically show you guys the 10 OG fragrances that got me into this game. A couple of them are going to be more like sets of fragrances, and I went ahead and started this not that long ago. And what I mean by that is, like, I'm not going to include high school or, you know, my college years. I mean, I can throw those out there right now. I think when I was in high school, my main go-to was Burberry Brit for Her. And college years, there was a fragrance by Salvatore Ferragamo called Encanto Smile. I don't think it's available anymore, but they used to have it at the rack stores, and I used to get a ton of compliments on that, but that one's gone. So let's actually start with a few years ago, probably like 4 years ago, what I used to wear, what was my signature scent. And it's something that I've spoken about before. It's a few of them actually, but I have two of them right here, and they're gonna be Glen Perry Unpredictable and Unpredictable Extreme. Now, Unpredictable, which again, the juice color is super, the juice color is blue, but the juice is super low there because I used it, but that one is a replica of Azzaro Chrome. It smells really good. I got a ton of compliments on it, and I used to love wearing it as a daily driver until I started wearing Unpredictable Extreme, which is, as you can probably tell, a clone of Prada Luna Rossa Sport. But I actually used to get it for about the same price as the tester of Prada Luna Rossa Sport. I didn't know it at the time. I used to get a lot of compliments on this very unisex fragrance because of how sweet it is. I kind of would switch back and forth because the juice levels on this would get low, and then I would go to this because this was really easy to find. This one, it would show up every once in a while where I would get it, I know, on Amazon, but whenever it was available, I would, you know, pull the trigger on this because I used to really like wearing it. And again, both of them for inexpensive fragrances used to perform really well. Like this one you can get for around $20 or less. And it performed really well in terms of longevity and projection back then, so it was a really good fragrance, and it really got me into wearing it. I used to really enjoy getting the compliments from it. Then I went to a rack store. I'm pretty sure it was one of those times where I was out of town and I forgot to bring something, and I think it was a time when I was gonna be outside a lot, kind of like at the pool, at the beach, that sort of thing, so I just wanted something really fresh and clean. So where is it? I went to a rack store and picked this up, and I actually really liked it. And that is gonna be Beckham Signature. Not a ton of lasting power on this one, but it's kind of fruity, but also really fresh and clean, and I used to love wearing it like basically at the pool. There's gonna be a lot of at the pool situations when it comes to this, because you know, you sweat in situations like that, and I think having a fragrance is very important just to kind of elevate your scent. So yeah, I used to like wearing this a lot. And from there, okay, so at the pool, I was at a pool party. It was like a 3-day pool party. It was one of those events. Basically, it's stuff that you would come across in California fairly frequently in the summer when there's no COVID. And this girl was passing by me, and she smelled so good that I had to stop her, and I was like, what are you wearing? And she was obviously like, clothes, dude. No dad jokes? Okay. I didn't like it either. She actually pulled it out of her little fanny pack because, again, I live in California and that's a thing. So she had this bottle, Versace Dylan Blue, which till this day, still one of my favorite fragrances. It's fresh and clean, has some dark notes and some bright citrusy notes. It's a huge compliment monster. I mean, I didn't get it at the time, but I ended up buying it just a few months later. I'll kind of tell you where it slotted back in. But from there, I think pretty much right after that, I was at Zara, and I love a good sale, and they had a sale on all the fragrances, but the ones that I liked the most were men's fragrances that ran fairly unisex, and it was like a 2-pack with these guys, and it's Zara Seoul and Zara Seoul Summer. Now, if you know anything about Zara, these are clones of Invictus. and they do smell really similar. They're really sweet, but the only reason I really got these is because I needed something to wear to the gym. And pretty much all of these, I mean, other than the Glen Perry's, it was just stuff that I wore either to like the pool or the gym. They weren't like serious fragrances to me. I liked wearing them, but again, it was mostly just that kind of situation. Still wasn't like really big on wearing fragrances. I was starting to get into that though. So pretty soon after I started wearing those, which by the way, I think that's when fragrances started to more quickly accumulate in my collection. The next thing is I was on my way to Mexico. I used to have so many really fun vacations before COVID. And it's very interesting to play this back and realize that I was always doing something and now we cannot do anything. Stay inside. And our flight attendant was walking down the aisle and she smelled really good. So the friend that I was with was also saying the same thing. I was like, she smells good. She's like, yeah, she does. And I was like, we should ask her what she's wearing. And since we both wanted to know, I kind of like tapped on her shoulder and my friend asked. And she said, I'm wearing Pink Sugar. You can get it on FragranceNet, which we'd seen FragranceNet before, but we didn't know how authentic it was. And she assured us, hey, it's really authentic. So I went online and I picked up Pink Sugar. And by the way, it is a really nice fragrance. Not a lot of lasting power, but it smells really pleasant. And honestly, I don't think it's ever really gonna get old. It just smells really good. And it's a really good one for compliments, considering that I believe it's like under $20 for 100 ml. Probably a lot under $20. I can't remember exactly what it was. But as I bought this, I started to think, okay, what else do I want? Okay, I wear men's fragrances at the pool and at the gym. Maybe because I don't like floral notes, and I kind of thought most women's fragrances are very floral. Those give me headaches. Maybe I can get unisex fragrances because they're not going to be as floral. So the two that I picked up at that same time were CK1 and Eau de Cartier Concentré, because they were both marketed as unisex, and I get it. And they're nice. This has not very much lasting power. Again, it's not bad for the gym, so it ended up just getting lumped in with the gym fragrances again. So at that point, I don't know how many gym fragrances I had, but I know I had way more than actual fragrances. And this ended up kind of being my go-to for work, just because it lasted a really long time. Was really inoffensive. Actually smells good. Not a very exciting fragrance. I mean, I'm smelling it right now and my opinion really hasn't changed about it. It's good. It'll get you compliments. It's really clean, but I don't think anyone's going to be floored by it or anything. It has a lot in common with Bulgari Man Extreme. I like Bulgari Man Extreme a little bit more. I don't know why. There's more of a tardiness to it. And I'm saying tart with the T, not tardy with the D. It's not late for anything. It's just kind of... The cactus is more pronounced, I feel like. And this, you can get the citrus, but it's not... It doesn't have the same sourness in a good way that I like. So I kind of wore this a little, and then I moved on and I was like, I gotta get that Versace. But then it was also cold, and I was becoming aware that scents had a certain time of the year when you wanted to wear them. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna get a Versace, but I wanna get one that's better for cold weather. So I kind of read around the forums a little bit, and I found this guy, Versace Eros, and I was like, okay, I'll wear that in the winter, which I did. I mean, at work, like, I didn't really discriminate. And by the way, I didn't find that it was a very offensive fragrance to wear. It smelled really good. It smells really good. It's a really good fragrance. I kind of want to wear it right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm already wearing something. But it's a nice fragrance. But it did not make me not want Dylan Blue, so probably less than a month later, probably about a week later, I got Dylan Blue, and I'm so glad I got Dylan Blue. This is so good. I mean, I love Versace, but this is so good. They're both so good. Okay, and around that time, Macy's was having a sale. And my sister got all these fragrances for her husband, and I was there, and as they were smelling things, I kept smelling Spice Bomb Extreme. I loved Spice Bomb Extreme, and I had just opened a credit card, so I had extra discounts, and they were having their friends and family sale, so there's extra discounts there. It's the holidays, there was plenty of extra discounts. So I went to get Spice Bomb Extreme, but instead of just giving me a bottle of Spice Bomb Extreme, the sales lady made me smell a bunch of other things that I think she liked more. And I guess I ended up getting convinced into buying YEDP by Yves Saint Laurent, because I was like, hey, it's really good, it's people pleaser, I really enjoy it a lot. But I still had a test strip with Spice Bomb Extreme in my pocket. I had a test strip of Spice Bomb Extreme, Armani code Profumo, and Armani code Absolute. But I just kept thinking about the Spice Bomb Extreme. Probably a few nights later, I went back and I was like, I really need it. I'm pretty sure that they sold me this because they were out of this, okay? This is Spice Bomb Extreme. This sells out a lot in stores. So it was kind of hard to get my hands on, but once I did, I never looked back. I'm not gonna waste a spray of this because this is like really valuable juice to me. It's a compliment beast. I wore it to work one day and a guy ended up trying to buy it for his wife. They were sold out where he went too, but he thought it was really nice. And because of the sweetness in it, obviously a lot of people will consider it unisex. Most people in the fragrance community don't care anyways. He's not in the fragrance community, but he kind of just wears what he likes, and he thought this would be awesome for his wife. And it's a really nice, beautiful tobacco scent. I like it a lot. I mean, I'm really glad I got it. I'm gonna show you the other ones, but I will tell you that Armani code Absolute I ended up buying because I had an Ulta gift card and I love that one. You already know it made my top 10 for life. And Profumo, after I bought Absolute, I asked for it for Christmas, so I got that one too. I really started to have a problem. And then the last two I'm going to discuss here, I just kind of watched videos of them on YouTube and they were getting a lot of compliments. People really liked them. So one of them was Azzaro Wanted by Night. Everyone likes this. Whenever it's like up against something, it wins. So I understand why. It smells so good. And I get a ton of compliments when I wear it. So I bought this one. And then Jen Sense, I guess his wife was rating a bunch of his stuff and really liked Dark Rebel. And she liked it so much that I was like, oh, that must be a really good one. I bought it, didn't really understand it, wore it a couple times, but as I kept wearing it, I was like, okay, this is really good. And it is really good. It's really good. I don't know that it's one that you jump into the minute you get in, although now if you want it, you're probably gonna have to get it now. But it's so good. And I'm really glad I got it. And then it's history from there. The room is full of stuff. I mean, not full. I still don't have a massive collection. And I'm trying super hard not to. So I'm trying to at least empty out half of each bottle so that I don't feel quite as bad with decanting and stuff. But yeah, these are the 10, even though it's definitely more than 10. They kind of got me into this game. I can't say too much more than that. I guess you could call them my gateway fragrances. Thank you to DJ Streetz for the tag. I will go ahead and tag, I don't know who hasn't done this yet. I feel like, who have I not tagged? Let's do Melissa Jane and Top Notes by Tope. So 2 females to do it. So that'll be kind of fun. I will try to message them about that later. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.